I notice a lot of Filipina, they're like a fruit in a tree. They want to be picked. There's this belief, like, for Filipinas, it's like you will be judged if you're like, you know, going after guys. Because you're supposed to be conservative and demure. But I think that doesn't really serve a lot of Filipinas.
It is very important for us to have like a personal philosophy in life because I believe that is going to guide us. I met you twice. This is the second time that we've met, and it seems that you are very calming, you're very mature. Do you have any philosophy in life? Why Gladys is very calming, very mature, and so deep in thinking?
One of the principles that I have in life is to not be rigid and be open to all data. Always question what you think you know, because other people would stamp like, oh, I know that this belief is fact. But really, if it's just people from your neighborhood who agreed with you, but there's really no data, that's not fact, it's just a belief. And also, just having this mindset of seeing everything as a gift. That means whatever happens to you, you can either see it as a disaster, a misfortune, or you can actually see it as a gift that actually invites you to learn from it, to see an opportunity for you to grow or to create something better. And third is always, just have that belief in yourself. Because as I've said, we're all great human beings. If we just go within us, like self-reflection is really such a key thing. And never judge yourself. If you did something wrong, don't label yourself as I am this person, I am bad person. You can just say what my behavior is not good, and I know that behavior can change. I really want to be around people who have those, like values alignment in my life.
You would want to surround yourself with somebody of the same core values, right? So do you believe that birds of the same feather flock together?
Yes, it can be true, and maybe not. If we continue to surround ourselves with people that are not really nourishing us, let's say for example, you're someone who don't want to drink, who wants to avoid drinking, but you're hanging around with people who's actually drinking, then there's a lot of willpower for you to be used just to say no to these people, just to avoid them. I am very conscious with the people that I want to hang out with because my energy gets drained. If I'm around people who's just drinking a lot, I tend to, my mind would judge, and I don't want to judge people. I would still care for them and love them, but I just don't want to hang out with people who doesn't really nourish me. So that's why part of Emerge PH is really building a community of like-minded individuals. I am someone who loves to learn, love to continue learning. I love learning from people. So I want to be surrounded by people who I can listen to, I can learn from. So Emerge PH is a project that we're building, and part of that project is having this YouTube channel, Emerge PH, where we actually share inspiring stories of people here in the Philippines. And we just kick it off, I think, last April, so it's 4 months.
How is it doing?
Right now, it's not really getting that much traction. I think we only have 169 subscribers. And at first, if I only base success through numbers, I would by now stop doing it. I feel grateful that I'm working towards something that I'm really passionate about. So even though I'm not seeing any tangible like numbers yet or result that's very compelling, it doesn't really discourage me because my purpose and passion are just over the top. And I know that time will come, people will be able to notice it.
If we pay attention to the numbers, I don't think there is going to be a chance for growth because we're just going to be disappointed if we keep looking at the number. On the other hand, we started from 0 subscribers and you have now 169 subscribers, so that's already for me a big accomplishment.
It's really important to do something that you're passionate about because that passion will just fuel you to keep going. Otherwise, I'll be stopping it by now. My partner is from the US but lived here for almost 10 years now. We're together for like 1.5 years. And really when we met, we are both conscious and just open towards each other that we're not seeking for a relationship. We're here to meet people. And I was happy to hear that because for the past 2 years, I've been desperately wanting to find Mr. Right, and I keep failing. So I shifted my focus to like, you know what? I'm just gonna meet people with no agenda and intention. I just wanna connect with people because it's so beautiful to connect with someone and to build experiences with people. And I don't want to block myself from those experiences just because I have this agenda of, are you gonna be my potential partner? So I dropped that agenda and just connect with people authentically and genuinely. And I filtered, I wasn't using social media for 2 years because I was like trying to detoxify. I was in this path of, I want to have a better life and I don't want to attract people that are just draining my energy or toxic people, let's say. So when I decided to, okay, let me get back to social media now, but I just want to attract people that could bring value into my life or let me know what my purpose in life is. And Eli showed up in my Facebook feed as recommendation, and he is a host of Products with Purpose. It's a podcast. And so I was like, maybe this person can tell me my purpose in life. So I stalked him and I found his content very interesting and inspiring. So I started communicating. I started reaching out, and I am not shy about that. I notice a lot of Filipina, they're like a fruit in a tree. They want to be picked. And I don't want to be that kind of person. I'm this person where if I want something, I would actually push forward for it. There's this belief like, for Filipinas, it's like you will be judged if you're like, going after guys. Because you're supposed to be conservative and demure. But I think that doesn't really serve a lot of Filipinas nowadays.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No, you need to, both men and women should exert the same amount of effort if they are actually interested in someone. So I was interested in him as a person because I love his content. Therefore, I reached out to him and just sent him a message of appreciation about the podcast that he's running. And then we talked, and we started having this agreement of, let's try to be in a relationship for 1 month. After 1 month, let's decide whether or not it would work out or if we want to continue. And I think that's a very smart way to do it. Have an agreement on the first date or first time before diving into a relationship, so that there's a proper expectation in both sides. And the 1 month turned into 1 year and 5 months. And it's nice to be partnered with someone who you can also be partner in creating things together. And I would love to have my own channel as well that talks about relationship and love, because that's a journey that I can speak from my experience, like how it feels like to be partnered with someone from a different country. It's a very difficult, there is such a huge difference in that, and it's something I'd be interested to dive into for my personal channel, but I haven't built it yet.
Is there anything about you that you still want to change?
I believe that we're always changing and evolving as humans, and there are things that I still want to improve in myself, and definitely I want to be more empathic and compassionate person. I want to avoid projecting my emotion towards the other people, because I've noticed myself going down that path of like blaming other people and confronting, being defensive. But really, it's all about how I feel and what I'm thinking about that person. It's not really what they do to me, but what I think about the things that just happened. So I want to improve that. I want to change that, my approach of projecting. I want to be more compassionate and understanding.
I was asked this 3 times. He thinks that there is quite a difference between the Filipinos' love, concept of love, and the Western concept. So as a Filipina, what's your concept of love?
I've just recently realized what is love for me. Maybe this would sound cliche, but this is how I view love now. Love is like the sun. Like, it gives you warmth and it's not asking anything in return. And that for me is love. Therefore I can love you genuinely because I really appreciate you as a person. I love what you're doing. I respect you so much. But I don't require for you to love me back. Just by me loving you is already fulfilling for me. And that's why I want to love as much people as I can, because it's just so powerful and it actually gives me so much happiness.
How do you feel about sharing passwords with your partner?
Password. For me, it's fine as long as it's not coming from a place of fear. What do I mean by that is like, it's not like an obligation for you to share, because we share password. I have his password so that if there's something that I need to do in his phone, I can easily do it. And same thing for him. Well, not really. I think he doesn't have my password, but I don't mind giving it. But yes, for me, if the person is willing to give the password, then that's fine. But if the person doesn't want to, then it shouldn't be an issue. Because again, if you ask for the password in terms of obligation, or it's because you're thinking negatively of your partner, that wouldn't sit right. Automatically, you would already feel bad if your partner asks for your password because your partner doesn't trust you. If you actually trust each other, you wouldn't have to even ask for the password. You would automatically just be open.
You cannot stop somebody from cheating.
Yeah,
Like, there are other ways to cheat. It does not start and end in mobile phones.
exactly.
What's your thought about online dating or LDR?
I think there is a lot of beautiful things that could happen online. I met Eli online, so it's definitely something. I've met a lot of amazing people through online dating. I think that could be a very good way in connecting with people. But of course, you just have to also, I think the mistake there is having this agenda in the back of your mind. If you go online and you have the agenda of, oh, I want to find a serious relationship, and if the guy who you're talking with is not yet in that space, then automatically you're canceling the person, and you just lose a potential of maybe if you continue talking with this someone, you actually get along. But so I believe like for girls or for whoever who wants to connect with someone online, that is a beautiful space, but just limit having an expectation, because if there's less expectation, there's less disappointment.
Talking to you right now, I have learned so much. Sometimes it's really wonderful when you are speaking with somebody of the same wavelength, because it feels like the ideas and all these thoughts just keep on flowing, right? So it kind of stimulates your brain. It doesn't kind of, like it stimulates your brain really.
Yeah, and I want to be around people that can intellectually stimulate me.
Thank you so much, Gladys, for joining us here.
It's my pleasure, Shay. I'm very happy to be in this channel, and thank you for beautiful, amazing questions that you have. I really love it when people ask like great questions, just like what you asked. So thank you.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.